just go way too quick down this road. So got to go over to the next town. It's about 3 miles there, 3 miles back. So we thought we'll take still not overly graceful in getting on those. Thought we'd take a little MTEN4 because it's not that far, and didn't really need to take a massive wheel, so we thought we'd take the little pocket rocket at lunchtime. We'll cross over. Woo. Get the camera out of the way of the road. I changed my pads as well, so this is a slightly, not slightly different setup, but like the pads are a little bit different setup, so just want to make sure they were in the right place. They feel alright so far. I've got high top boots on, so they generally clip a little bit at the back of the boots, and I'm still learning this wheel, to be honest. I'm still not 100% confident on it, just because it's squirrely, and I know it's squirrely, and that's what makes it a little bit more fun. But you don't learn unless you get out there and do. So I don't know which way I'm going to go, to be honest. Let's go across this way. It's a little less conspicuous. It does look like a little minion, which I love the colour styles of the pads and stuff that I've chosen for this one. Kind of like, I like the colours, but like it was only until somebody pointed out it looks like a minion that I really liked it that much more. So I think you can't. I'm not overly sure how big the heels this can do. I know it can do quite a lot. It's quite a torquey wheel, but the hills that we do have around here are quite big, so I'm going to take the flat route, I think, certainly on the way there. I don't think it should take us that long. I'm hoping there and back within the hour. We'll just leave doors open in the middle of the path, which is handy. So this will be I think a raw uncut video, warts and all. Got my jumper on. It is surprisingly hot today. The weather hasn't really decided whether it's going to be summer or not lately. So it's been raining and sunny. It's meant to be raining tonight, so take the opportunity to do this whilst I've got an errand to run as well, and hopefully not cause too much fuss in the process. And always the look on people's faces as you do it. Hopefully, I'm trying. I've got the DJI Mic 2 along with the Insta360, so hopefully the sound should be alright. It's not very windy. I've also wearing the E-Ride Max gloves, which I reviewed on my channel recently. If you haven't checked that video out, check it out. Really comfortable, really good gloves. Yeah, just keeping an eye on some of these turns where traffic just has a tendency to just pull in regardless of what you're on, whether you're a cyclist, walker, person with pushchair. They don't seem to care. So I'm always a little bit conscious of other road users, especially when I'm going across a turning. I'm using the path and then onto a bike path further up here. It'll be hopefully a bit nicer. Whoop. Let's get across the road. Actually, a talky little number when you do that. Not the most graceful of getting on it. Oh look, it's not for me either. Undercover. Don't quite think they're really that bothered too much where I am about unicycles, as long as you're not being a dick. Always wear a bit of protection and just be careful, really. I think that's the key. Conscious of other people, conscious of yourself, and then you should be okay. I think it's when people go out their way to be. I'm going to get off this one because this one is a busy road. Like this far coming around. Now I could have stayed on, but it's just easier. Got to let me across. I've got to get across the other side, because that's the safer bike part. My left hand side of my back is killing me. I think I've had some back problems for a while. One suspension wheel probably isn't helping. It's just my left hand side. It's been like that for a few weeks now, which is really annoying because it has ached quite a lot, so I might have to take some Nurofen. God, I hate getting old. So we'll do that when I get back. Rest my back a little bit. I think even though we've done that big 90-mile ride the other week, which was a lot of fun, and even with suspension and sitting down, it still does twinge my back a little bit, so I do have to still be careful. I've stayed off the Greenway a little bit and other trails like that for a little bit. I mean, mainly because the weather's been hit and miss, but also it's been knocking my back around a bit. This, like I said, this probably isn't helping, but I need to do it. And I hate the idea of, I mean, even though I drive an electric car, I've got a Tesla Model Y, I don't see the need to put another car on the road if you can do this and use a cycle path, which is a bit more easy, a bit more efficient. That back pad is knocking into my back of my leg. It's just a better way And honestly, if I could do this going to work, which I know I can because I've done the route, it would be so much better and a bit more, personally I think a little bit more greener. I know other people out there might not agree with that and may not even agree with using these, but these scooters, one wheels, skateboards, oh, that's a bit train tracky, are here to stay. They're not going away, so the government might as well take a similar approach to what France did. Take away all these really expensive, overpriced, rip-off e-scooter rentals and make personal stuff legal. Just put a framework around it. Get a bit of it, I don't know, personal liability insurance or something like that. When I get on the other side, I need to adjust these pads. Watch driveways along here as well. Yeah, get some liability insurance or something like that, or register it, and then have different categories depending on the speed, and it'll be sorted. Government make a bit of money, people can have cheap transport, especially those that, you know, if you only work like a few, oh, we need to go a bit further, I think. If you only got a few miles, then why use a car? And why not give people the option of cheap transport? It just makes no sense. So hopefully the new government coming in will have a fresh perspective on stuff. I really hope they do. It doesn't seem that hard a problem to fix, but actually would help millions of people that are struggling right now financially and everything else. Give them a cheap form of transport instead of really expensive petrol and diesel, and even electric. That's gone up. The Tesla superchargers not so much, but certainly I've got to get across here somehow and go down that road, so I'll cross up here. You do this sort of stuff, it makes it easier and cheaper for people. It's a win-win in my opinion. Maybe I should pick this up with the other hand because of my back. I'll go down the other side on the way back. In the right place this time. Right, down this one to town. I don't really want to go on the road with a little wheel like this, as much as the road is a bit less crap than this path. What was I got to say? Yeah, so I just think making something like this, I mean, I'm literally doing 12-30 miles an hour, not really doing anything quick. And this in itself is a very inexpensive form of travel. Once you learn it, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's quite natural when you do learn it. Let's see if cars. No. And to do things like this, where I could have taken the car and I could have been there and maybe almost back by now. It wouldn't be as fun. Wouldn't be as kind of risk. You're not on this particular one. You're off the road, so it's more of a bit of a bike path. Some of this, so it's made, for dual sharing. But like I said, I mean, Yes, this can go a little bit quicker than that, but I'm not doing anything really quick on this, just really a bit of transport. Some people like it, some people don't. I get a feeling the people that don't either don't like modern technology, same people that maybe don't like EVs and can't get behind them. And there's reasons for people not to, and things like that, but I get a feeling that people almost use it as a bit of an excuse as well to not do something. It's easier, let's face it, it's easier as a human not to do something or to blame somebody else. So, I think that's part of the problem, and I think also ignorance and scared of change. So these things especially offer a massive change, a massive shift, and people don't like change. People don't like the fact that there's something different, something new. Scooters come on and they're a similar sort of thing where it's a little bit different. If it smells like that, it's always nice, especially on a little one like this. It just gives people a smile. I don't have to like it or understand it, but it's nice when people acknowledge it and just have a little smile of somebody's just going about their way, maybe having a bit of fun in the process. A little look from a car there, it's always good. That should be fun. Dips in the path. Yeah, some people like it, some people don't. But that's okay, people don't have to, do you know what I mean? Get the other side. We'll get there. Let's go. Wait for that. We've got cars now. There we go. Arrive at the destination, pick up in a minute. So, let's get over that side. We have picked up what we needed. And on the way back, what else? There's a big fountain in the middle of that. Come on, hurry up. For fuck's sake. People don't hurry up when there's people wanting to cross, or they don't care. I think people seem to be caring less lately, and it's a shame, really. In your own time. Yeah, people don't seem to be caring enough lately. I'll go back down the same way, I think. They just seem to care about themselves. Customer service seems to have kind of gone out the window. I'm not mentioning any names, but recent customer service experience. And when I say customer service experience, I don't mean lavish them in free stuff and this, that and the other. I'm talking about communication. It's communication for me, especially in the job that I do, which, you know, unfortunately I can't go into, but the job that I do, communication is everything. If you don't communicate well and you don't communicate at all, you might as well not do the job. And recently I tried a new company for something, and communication was lacking, shall we say, and to be honest, I don't think I would use that company again. And it's not because they're probably not necessarily a bad company or anything like that, but first impressions last. And you know, when people don't communicate even the basic things and treat you just like a little number at the end of an email, that doesn't get my win, that doesn't get my support. Just because I know that, you know, that's not how I work, and I know not everyone works the same way, but you know, customer service to me is king, and communication is king when it comes to stuff like this. And I just felt I wasn't communicated very well. I might have to go back over the other side again. That's annoying. And you know, it's a simple stuff, a simple email that says something's going to be late, which is already kind of, you know, a long time order, which I accept. But when you kind of get fobbed off, I don't like it. And I think communication is the easiest thing to do, but it's also the easiest thing that people forget to do. You know, people don't think that it's important to keep people up to date, even if the outcome isn't in your control, but you're the spokesman for that particular person, product, service, whatever it may be. Then that's your focus. Your customer is the focus. You know, sorry, we don't have an ETA because of problem X, or if you don't know the problem, then we don't have an ETA, there's some issues, we will keep you up to date as soon as something happens, or we'll give you even a weekly email that says that unfortunately there's no update. No update is better than nothing at all. We're going to cross again the same place. I'd rather have that says sorry, there's no update, rather than like literally no, you're not going to let me through. Alright, please let me cross, dude. No, you're not going to let me either. No, selfish bunch of people, honestly. Cars, don't like them. I can do without them, I would. But yeah, so not really a rant, but a thing about communication. I have a big thing of that. You do communication right, a lot of problems go away, a lot of annoyances go away from people because they feel like they're being treated right. Even if you don't have a good update, you know, like I've given bad messages to customers because something's gone wrong or something's not happening, but I've kept them up to date. You kind of give them that reassurance that you're owning it, you're looking after it. That goes a long way with me. Maybe other people, I don't know, but that's just that's my thing. I just think people forget that, and I think no one's really teaching people good customer service. Woo! They really need to cut these back. Thank you. Another Karen face. You can't win over the Karens. A lot of the time, Karens just don't like you. They don't like change. They're the people that they'll never change. They'll never change the way they do things. They'll never adapt to new technologies, new way of commuting or having fun. sometimes it's that they've lost that sense of fun. These things have certainly given me back that sense of fun. I was never an outdoorsy person up until about 4 or 5 years ago. I'd go out and, like, you know, go to the pub and do, you know, the normal stuff that you do, right? But 45, 46, still very much a geek. I mean, I'm still a little bit of a geek, if I'm honest. But never went out and done stuff like, you know, certainly not stuff like this. I never thought that I'd be riding unicycles. You know, I've ridden electric boards, although I'm a little bit out of practice with those, as my last video would attest to. One wheels, I still very much like one wheels. I like the look of the GT Rally, is it? One wheel GT Rally? Maybe in the future, get back on a one wheel. I did like those. There was the reason why I sold my last one wasn't because I didn't like them. It was purely because I wanted to invest in a unicycle, and unicycles aren't cheap. So, you know, if you can do that, then it's a better way of buying a unicycle. Not everyone's got the money that, you know, they are, and they just seem to be getting more expensive. Although I must admit, dare I say it, I mean, Begode, I've got this one and I've got the Mini. Mini's for my daughter, though, to be fair, and she started riding that. She's getting pretty good as well. But I think, you know, I haven't opened up a recent one, so it's hard to say whether the build quality's improved. But from what I've seen on videos and some of the recent ones, they do seem like they're doing things a bit differently, so that's got to be a good thing. Hopefully they're listening. I do wish they'd slow down in terms of how many they release. You know, everything's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to stuff. You know, Libra King come out with something, like the Lynx, they released something. We just saw a video, I think it's Bergman, guy out in China, lucky guy, really good videos. Check his videos out if you haven't already. But he's test drove, you know, the Falcon, the Griffin, I think it's called, and the Griffin looks really good from Extreme Bowl, which is obviously Gotway or Begode brother that runs that. Some interesting stuff coming out. I like the idea of some of these smaller, cheaper wheels as well, like, you know, like the Falcon. I just think, you know, there's an audience there for stuff. Not everything has to be stupidly expensive and, you know, big power. Some people just want a commuting wheel. I mean, this to me is perfect. It does 25 odd miles, more than enough, you know, cruising speed and stuff like that. We've been out and done some fun rides. Karen bike face as well. Boo to the Karen bike face. Again, something different. People don't like it, but I don't care. I don't care about people like that. I'm going to go a little bit down the road here because it's away from the main road. I don't think we can go down the up the hill because I think it'll be too much, if I'm honest, for this wheel. So we're just going to go down this back road bit until we get back onto the path, and we'll go back along the path, which we should have some more smoother paths. I mean, that is a massive hill. It doesn't look it if you look up it, but like taking the Sherman S, you power up that, no problem. But on something like this, you may or may not be able to sort of do some decent speeds. So we're just cruising back. It took us about 20 minutes to get there. I was only cruising along at, I don't know, 15 at the most. There's my mate that lives there. He needs to sort his board out and come out riding. I miss the old crew, like that we used to ride with. I used to miss the guys that helped me learn how to ride a skateboard, like back in the days of the busway. We used to ride out there. Christ. I'm not sure if one of them still goes past me on a bike. If you do, shout out on this video. Be good to see you again, buddy. I think he goes through it past on I don't know if it's a Super 73 or certainly a fat e-bike along the busway sometimes if I'm going along on my unicycle. He always gives me a nod. He's always got, I think he's got like a Ruroc or a Ruroc helmet on, so I can't, make out the face, and we're always going past each other quickly. So we don't really kind of stop and chat. So if you want to stop and chat and you see this video, do that, buddy. But there's a few. Sorry, can I just squeeze past you? No, you're right, thank you. That I kind of miss riding with, and I don't know if it's because, people's lives change, right? Somebody just looking at, listening to their phone but looking at the floor. Never a good idea. Shops and stuff, just in case people come out. Or whether it's because I've moved into unicycles and they rode boards and stuff. I mean, anyone that's like watching my videos, haven't ridden with me. It's like, I don't get to go out there to go quick or as far. I know we went out the other day, like just on a small wheel night where we literally done the Hatfield run, which is 7 miles each way. Nice chilled out. We've done it on these, and a friend went on a board. But we don't always do like the big, meaty 90-mile rides. I quite happily do like a 10 or 14 mile ride, like on the Sherman. I don't care. It's a ride at the end of the day. So let's do that again. I like doing there's a Danish camp run, which is really nice. And it's good because there's a really nice breakfast place, like either a quarter of the way there or 3/4 of the way back, depending on which way you go or when you want to go and do it. But it's really cool because sit and have this really nice breakfast next to this nice canal, watch boats go past, chill out. That's what sometimes I like doing. It's not always, like I said, it's not always about like doing silly things and silly amounts of time. That was a bit of a deeper hole than I'd anticipated. This is always a bit tricky, this bit, because you don't want to topple over. And we're almost back. That was a fun little commute. Let's wait 4 hours while the crossing changes. Oh, it looks like the cafe might be being done up, which is nice. Cafe up the road, always fun. This always takes so long, and it always goes off, so you always have to press the button again. Whee! I don't know whether to wear my full face, because my full face has got obviously my centre attachment, so I can listen to music, and I can actually do the microphone through this. So I'll see what this video is like and whether the sound's okay, because it is literally just connected via Bluetooth, so you don't get some of the fancy stuff that the DJI offers when doing it this way, I don't believe. I'm also going to try and start doing some bits around Apple Prologue on the iPhone 15. Always a fun crossing. Because no one slows down there at all.